Tucked away in the winemaking region of Kakheti, in the country of Georgia, is a winery that's helping people who are living with mental handicaps.
The treatment of socially vulnerable people under Soviet rule, it was strikingly unhuman.
This is Temi, a fully functioning winery that provides housing and care for people with severe mental handicaps, and for others who can't easily take care of themselves.
But this is unlike wine I've ever tasted. This is not like the wines that we make in California, for instance.
Winemaking is a huge industry in Georgia, one of the biggest actually. And there are wineries all over the country. We visited 2 during our time there. This is just as much a story about Georgian identity through wine as it is about the people who live in this winery. But there is no other place like Temi. Nika's the president here. And Susanna, she calls herself the social therapist to the residents.
This is a place where people who have no family to work and live with other people and find a new family, community.
Temi, by the way, means community in Georgian. Some live here for a short time, and some for life.
We are not limited in age, as we have babies and we have also old people. And if they have no family, they end up in the street.
They are society to each other, and Temi team is their society, and they are Temi team society too.
How many residents do you have?
Well, I think the total community, that includes the volunteers, the residents, and staff like myself, we are 60.
The residents live in this house. The painted grapes a nod to Temi's roots. It's on a sprawling property, a quiet countryside plot of land, dotted with errant animals and vegetable patches.
Look, so this is garlic. Oh, I can smell it already, though. You smell it already, yeah?
It takes a lot of money to provide for 60 people, and Temi is only partially subsidized by the government.
Is this yours? That's her.
So they produce and sell 3 kinds of traditional Georgian wine, and the wine is fermented in the ancient method with clay pots in the ground called kveveri.
Is that the name of this?
Saperavi. Madloba.
Those are the kveveri, which are buried underground to ferment the wine. Georgians have been doing it this way for 8,000 years. In 2013, UNESCO recognized this method of winemaking as essential to humankind's cultural heritage. Zura has been making wine at Temi for 14 years. He says kveveri are ideal for fermenting the wine because the ground keeps the wine at the perfect temperature.
It's never consequently closed, so you always have an exchange with the atmosphere.
This is what makes Georgian wine Georgian. Yeah.
We wanted to understand how inextricably connected Georgian identity is with winemaking. So we went down the street to Alaverdi Monastery.
It's one of the oldest and one of the biggest in the entire country. And we wanted to come here because the Georgian monks that work this monastery also make wine.
The head monk here told us something that put it into greater perspective for us. The monks at this monastery, and in fact all monasteries in Georgia, they've been making wine since the 11th century, also in the same way with kveveri in the ground. Back at Temi, Zura told us that that tradition carried over into modern day. That's our translator talking off camera.
He says that I'm not a professional winemaker, but of course from childhood every Georgian knows, like, especially from Kakheti, how to make wine.
So here's what makes Temi a totally unique place. Yeah, it's a winery, one that honors their cultural heritage. But the wine is still a means to an end, to provide a home, a community for people who would otherwise have none. The residents and staff at Temi sing to welcome all their visitors.
For somebody who is maybe watching this story, or for somebody who comes and visits Temi, what's the lesson you want them to learn?
Do not wait till tomorrow, do something today, because tomorrow never comes.